Patsy Smith and her family have been fixtures in the Missouri Western Athletic Department.
Missouri Western is a big part of all of our lives.
Husband Tom is the longtime head basketball coach, and before becoming assistant athletic director, Patsy was a tennis player here, then the head tennis coach. The family ties run deeper.
My oldest daughter and I played doubles together.
And her younger daughter played for her.
Well, she was my tennis coach.
Very connected, yes.
Then there's Brody, Patsy's grandson, Shannon's son, whose talents transcend sports.
I got flying power.
His is superheroes.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man?
I thought you said Hulk smash. And this morning you said Iron Man.
Well, he already says he's a superhero himself.
Are you a superhero?
Yeah,
Why is that?
because I took out the cancer.
The claim may be more reality than imaginary. Brody has spent all of his short life fighting and conquering the unimaginable.
Just don't expect it to be someone that you care so much about and that's so little and you don't think can fight back, and he fought back.
When he was just a year old, Brody was diagnosed with neuroblastoma, a devastating type of cancer.
And they had pictures of this tumor that was absolutely huge in this little boy's body.
Brody's started in his abdomen and it crossed across his heart.
You can't describe even how you feel. You're hurting so bad for your child who's hurting for their child.
7 months of chemotherapy, 3 surgeries. He essentially took his first steps in Children's Mercy Hospital.
At first he was crawling around and you're following him everywhere with the pole because he's hooked up to the chemo, and then he began to walk and he could run and he'd take off actually giggling down the hallway.
He was too young to know better.
I mean, he'd be completely bald, no hair, you know, going through chemo, but he was still laughing. I mean, that in itself takes superpowers, you know, to do that.
Fast forward 3 years later, Brody is in remission, still too young to fully comprehend what happened, the recovery too remarkable for adults to truly explain.
And of course at that age he doesn't remember anything, but he's heard the talk about having this tumor inside of him, and he got it out of there. You know, he doesn't talk about the doctors or surgery. He made that tumor go away. And that's Brody. That's a superhero, yeah.
But superheroes need help too. Children's Mercy and the United Way played the sidekick role in this story.
They are kid-oriented and focused on kids, you know, and that's who I want working on my child.
This past summer, Brody the superhero prepared for his latest adventure, a trip to Disney World, courtesy of the Make-A-Wish Foundation. There, he got to meet his peers. But in truth, Brody's comic book fantasies can't hold a candle to his reality. He is the real thing.
A real life superhero.
You know, I've been making a scrapbook and different things like that for him to be able to know what he went through. I want him to understand it and know how amazing he is.
For Missouri Western and the United Way, I'm Ryan Menley.